Good morning. Can you feel the warmth of the flame? That warmth is love, divine love. Allow the warmth to fill your soul as we begin our service today. We start our time together by taking a few deep breaths. As we inhale, we use our breath to magnify the warmth of the flame. As we exhale, we release any areas of worry, sadness, earthly concerns, and any heavy human emotions. Keep fanning the flames as you inhale and releasing as you exhale. We are filled with divine love and divine light. These are our attributes of our true selves, and we are blessed and grateful to have them and to be them. And so we express our gratitude for this and our other many blessings. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Deborah. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Ottawa, to our online Sunday service. My name is Brenda Mason, and it's my pleasure to serve as your service facilitator this morning. I'd like to begin our service by recognizing the Algonquin Nation, on whose traditional, unceded territory we gather to share this online service. We gratefully acknowledge them as past, present, and future stewards of this land. Now we'd like to open our service with song, and we welcome back Spencer Scarf this morning. Let's all join together and raise the roof in our own kitchens and living rooms and dining rooms with I'm Stepping Out, written by Reverend Michael Gott, performed by Spencer Scarf. Good morning, Spencer.
Good morning. I'm stepping out into a world of possibilities. I'm stepping out into a whole new way to live. There's so much waiting for me. The path is clear before me. I've got so much that I have yet to give. I'm stepping out and I'm committed to integrity. I'm stepping out of releasing every fear and doubt. The road just keeps on turning, but everything I'm learning what this life is all about. And I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out into a world of possibilities. I'm stepping out into a whole new way to live. There's so much waiting for me. The path is clear before me. I've got so much that I have yet to give. I'm stepping out and I'm committed to integrity. I'm stepping out, releasing every fear and doubt. The road just keeps on turning, but every turn I'm learning what this life is all about. And I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out.
Thank you, Spencer. And we're stepping out in play this morning. I always get all warm and fuzzy when I hear a song like that one, because we've been singing it at USCO for a long time, and memories flash into my mind of people and former places we've met before, and the moments that we've sang that song and the energy that we've always received from it. It's beautiful. Well, we're hurtling through July, our Unity Worldwide Month of Play. Did you play this week after we talked about it last week? And did you experience your heart opening in some way in the doing of that? Did it feel good to let go of the weight and feel lighter? Play does that for us. And did anyone go out and frolic in the rain this morning? That was quite a beautiful storm at 4 o'clock. Did you splash in a puddle as you got about your morning? All of those are wonderful ways we can raise our energy. And I got thinking about something last week. I thought, imagine this. Imagine if every congregant of every unity, because all the unities are speaking about play in the month of July, if every congregant of every unity spiritual center in the world took 20 minutes to play, that would have the same impact as the global meditation, right? Because it would raise the energy in a positive, loving, fun way. I thought, that's an idea. The Unity Day of Play. We change the world when we open ourselves to play. And aren't we blessed this morning to have our special guest, licensed Unity teacher Sheila Maye, to join us and explore the fun side of play and how play impacts on our lives. So welcome to everyone, and especially if you're new the last week or two, welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Ottawa. We hope we're going to have a fun morning. Our vision at Unity is an awakened world celebrating oneness. And what better form of celebration than play? And our mission supports our celebration by expanding consciousness and transforming lives. When we expand our consciousness, all lives transform, because we're all one in consciousness. Yes. Our announcements this week, we're mentioning again this Prosperity Masterclass at Unity Village. The last live class is this Tuesday, but you can still purchase the video recordings of these classes, and the content has been so highly recommended. We're just reminding you that this is an available resource for you if this is on your spiritual radar. The details are in the newsletter, and you can get on the newsletter by emailing the office, Office Unity Ottawa at yahoo.ca, and you can get information about it. You can purchase the classes, and if you want a spiritual enrichment education credit, you can get that for an additional fee. So that's still ongoing, Prosperity Masterclass. And the content has been brilliant. Martha Creek was one of the speakers, along with Reverend Michael Bernard Bethwick, and Reverend Aaron McCabe has been a brilliant facilitator. Tomorrow night locally, it's the foundation course of the Foundations of Unity. And it's an information evening with no charge to give you a better understanding about Unity. If you would like to become a member, and we are a membership-based organization, although as you know, all are welcome, it's a requirement to pursue membership. However, you can still gain the content of the evening and enjoy the presentation without making any commitment to become a member. And if you're already a member, it's a nice review, because they review the history of the movement and the 5 principles. So again, you can register by email at officeunityottawa@yahoo.ca to get the Zoom link. There's no charge. Tomorrow night, 6 to 8 p.m. And if I'm talking a little barbly this morning, it's probably because I have a plumber coming at noon. There was a little disaster in my kitchen this morning. All the information that you need is in the newsletter, Office Unity Ottawa at yahoo.ca. It gives you information about what's upcoming, the links for Zoom services and courses, articles that are of interest to us online, and more information about who we are, how to get in touch, and most importantly, ways you can donate, and also ways that are available to pray. So the newsletter is a valuable tool. Spencer, I'm going to throw it back to you with Miracles Happen, written by Terry Kelly. Take it away.
All right. Angels are smiling, lifted by love, are by the children, exploring their world of pure innocence, pure love. Mothers and fathers whisper their prayers, take joy in knowing that everyone shares their faith and their love. Miracles happen with love, and with help from the angel and all of us. Miracles happen, oh yes they do. Here's hoping someday one happens for you, and peace comes to you from above. Miracles any longer bound by a caring. Those who are younger, that's wonderful. It's love. The courage to show, the spirit they bring, touch every heart, give us the reasons to sing. That's beautiful, that's love. Miracles happen with love, and with help from the angel in all of us. Miracles happen, oh yes they do. Ears open someday when happens for you, and peace comes to you from above. Miracles happen with love. Cherish each moment spent with each other. Each moment shared will lead to others enjoying life and love. Little ones laughing, lost in their play. The grateful as you can hear them say, thank you all, thank you. Miracles happen with love, and with help from the angel in all of us. Miracles happen, oh yes they do. Ears open someday when happens for you, and peace comes to you from above. Miracles happen with love. Miracles happen with love, and with help from the angel in all of us. Miracles happen, oh yes they do. Ears open someday when happens for you, and peace comes to you from above. Miracles happen with love. Miracles happen with love. Miracles happen with love.
Thank you, Spencer. What a beautiful song. Beautiful. Our beautiful Sonia is going to read the daily word this morning. Sonia, good morning.
Morning, everybody. How is everybody today? Can you see me? Can you see me? Yes? No?
I don't, but go ahead.
Just a sec here.
We can see you. We can see you, Sonia.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Good morning, everybody. So today's daily word is titled Togetherness. I share God's love and treasure my times of quiet and solitude. I also look forward to enjoying the company of family, friends, and members of my faith community. Whether we're working, volunteering, praying, or simply enjoying one another's company, our shared experiences allow me to support people I care about and feel supported in return. I enjoy and value togetherness throughout every season of my human journey. During times of trial, hardship, or grief, being in the company of friends and family helps comfort me and keep me strong. Likewise, during times of celebration, being in the company of others multiplies my joy. In times of togetherness, may the love, peace, comfort, and joy of God bless us all. And from Acts chapter 2, verse 44, all who believed were together and had all things in common. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. We're very blessed within the Unity movement, and especially here at Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, to have a team of trained prayer partners who are available to pray with you when you need affirmative prayer. And one of those beautiful prayer partners is our own Deborah Martin, and I welcome you back, Deborah, to take us through the affirmative prayer this morning. Good morning again.
Thank you, Brenda. This month we're celebrating the power of zeal, which is the ability to believe, intuit, and perceive. It's a word that's not used very often, but if you remember a time, perhaps as a child, when you just completely lost any sense of time, that was zeal working on you. The disciple for zeal is Simon the Canaanite. The color is orange, and as you can see in the lovely, playful picture, the location is at the back of the head. Our affirmation for zeal is, I enthusiastically accept my good and go forward to achieve my purpose. Let's say that to ourselves. I enthusiastically accept my good and go forward to achieve my purpose. This month, we hold in consciousness Unity Victoria Spiritual Community and Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor. I'm going to pause for just a moment to let you have a moment of time to bring into your consciousness those for whom you want prayer. We are so grateful for these people. We love them. They make our lives richer. Today, we pray for them, knowing that prayer is the way to form a permanent attitude of mind that reflects the eternal, benevolent activity of the divine. Prayer connects us to the endless ebb and flow of spirit, the endless circle of birth and death, growth and renewal that we all share. By holding our loved ones in our consciousness, they too join the flow of spirit. And we are grateful that as we feel the spirit of the divine working in us, wondrous things will begin to happen for us and for our loved ones. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Deborah. Now, as we know, Unity Worldwide Ministries' theme for this year is Perfect Vision, Seeing Through a Spiritual Lens. And every month we've affirmed an aspect of that perfect vision. In July, that aspect has been play, and there's an affirmation on the screen. So let's affirm it together. I play in the zone, free and unrestrained. And we'll do it one more time. I play in the zone, free and unrestrained. So it's very timely that we have such a special guest with us this morning, not only for the topic of her talk, which supports our July theme of play, but also for the reminder to be grateful for the resources provided to us through Unity Worldwide Ministries. One of those resources is education. And our guest this morning, Sheila Maillet, has gained her credential of licensed Unity teacher with those accredited resources available at Unity. This morning, Sheila is back with us. She's like an old friend now, to help us rediscover the virtues of play for its value to our well-being at all levels. Play can help us feel inspired, innovative, enlightened, creative, uplifted, connected, and we often underestimate its importance in our spiritual lives. So, Sheila Maillet, good morning. And welcome back to Unity Spiritual Center, Ottawa. We're happy to have you here. And I do believe we're ready to play. I know I am.
Wonderful.
Yes. That's great.
Good morning. Yes, good morning. And it's such a privilege to be here this morning. And what a fun topic. And I apologize as I concentrate just for a second to get my slides up. There we go. I believe they are shared. Right on. So just for the fun of it, that's what we're talking about this morning as we get into play and creating the unexpected. Whoops. Why is my slide not advancing? There we go. Sawubona, I see you and I see the joy in you. And Sawubona is that Zulu greeting that is greeting from the Christ within me, that higher aspect of me, coming together to connect with that Christed aspect of you. And the response to that is Yabo Salbona. So if that connection resonates with you, heart to heart, mind to mind, over space and time, to create a sacred, special moment and learn something together, I invite you just to say that with me. Yabo Salbona. And it's my hope that you'll go home with a nugget today and just play in a new way. So the serious business of play. And believe it or not, it is a serious business. It is well researched and well documented and everything else that when it comes to the development of children, for developing teamwork and problem solving and empathy and creativity and innovation and self-expression and goal setting and just that whole pile of things that you see there on your screen, from social interaction to physicality, for conflict resolution and flexibility and agility, play is just so important for kids. Now, the thing is about learning all this stuff, there isn't one of those things that is like 2 + 2 = 4, where you just know and go. You know, it's like, yeah, once you've learned it, done, got it, and away we go. Every one of these things, cooperation, collaboration, negotiation, they're all like a lotus that opens. They're all things that evolve within us and grow within us. They're all things that we need throughout life. They're all important to every aspect of our life, from our social to our work, to our spiritual, to our physical. So they're equally important to children as they are to adults, even though as adults we forget. And business has learned this. The whole productivity, morale, engagement, corporations know that getting involved in play and having people connected together is good for them. And they spend billions of dollars on it. If it wasn't true, they wouldn't spend the money on those consultants for learning how to play. But they've learned something. And that is, to make play work, you can't make it work. You can't hitch your plow to your unicorn. That whole idea of, mandatory team building staff meetings will continue until morale improves. Yes. You can't enforce it. Very seldom can you make play fun, force people to fun. And at the same time, if you create an atmosphere of fun and don't set boundaries around it, all of a sudden no work gets done. So there's some balance in there that needs to be struck. And I have a friend, a beautiful, beautiful soul, musician and social worker and all kinds of other things, Gary Diggins, and he works with these large corporations on this magic of play. And for the first half of his workshops, he says the hardest part is getting them to set aside their goals and metrics. We're here to play, let's get on with it. What do we need to do? It's like, well, first of all, we have to set aside what we're going to get out of it, and we're just going to play and have fun. And he said it's really tough for people to get out of that mindset because our culture so entrenches us into it. So letting go of the goals and metrics, balancing the freedom in boundaries. So creating the boundaries and creating the freedom within those boundaries to be able to explore and connect to our creativity. So where is this magic of play? This magic of play is all about principle number 3 of unity, the law of mind action. Heart and mind radiate out a frequency that reflects back to us and all around us. We know that. We know that it's kind of like tuning your radio dial to a frequency. If you want to hear classical music, you can't turn to the country station and expect to get it. And likewise, you can't turn to the country station and expect to hear classical music. If you want joy and creativity and so forth in your life, you have to be dialed in to that frequency. So intellectually, we know this, right? And at the same time, we will get hung up in trying to force it into solving our problems with the mind that created the problems in the first place. And when we can grasp the idea that we set our goals, we have our outcomes and so forth, but then if we can raise our frequency in any other area of our life, we also raise the frequency for those things that we're holding intention on. Happiness often sneaks in through a door that you didn't know you left open. And you just never know where those are going to pop up. And allowing them to pop up anywhere is a wonderful thing. You go, well, how do you do that? And that's that tuning your frequency to a higher frequency. Play leaves those types of doors open. That's the value, mystery, wonder of play. And if there's anything you take away today, that idea of play opening that door and raising that frequency to help you dial into the frequency that you want. I hope you really get that. Magic of play in relationships, connecting with others without an agenda. So often we come into relationship with an agenda that, we're needing to get something, or we're needing to give something, or we're needing something from other people, or we're needing to be a certain way, or needing them to be a certain way. When we can let go of all that and just be with another, the opportunity to play together, we develop relationship and connect in such a different way. And again, Gary did a workshop, or a series of workshops in Israel, working with Israeli and Palestinian teenagers. And these kids were kids that were raised to hate one another, and they couldn't even be in the same room together initially. But through play, and his play is with music and drumming and so forth, but through play in the course of the day, they were able to bring those kids together to the point where they were hugging at the end of the day and committing to creating a different world. When play can make that much difference to overcome those entrenched patterns and views, it's huge. And we can let it happen within our own lives. More personally, that falling in love with our partners, studies have shown that more often than not, people fall in love when they're at play. Hence the whole, going for a date with your partner and letting go of any attachments to what that looks like, and letting go of the agendas and the objectives. This is part of that secret, or that magic. So the magic of the practice of play, that chore no more. And just before I get into the choring no more, vacations. Have you witnessed anybody who makes their vacation, takes it so seriously and stuffs it so full and is so regimented on it that they're exhausted by the time they come back, or exhausted even before they go on it, because they've made their vacation work? That's another aspect of that idea of you can't make play work. You have to, yes, have an itinerary, but have some flexibility in it so that you have some freedom to move about and let spirit pop up in fun ways. So moving on to that chore no more. So what do I mean by chore more no? Name the game and make it fun to get it done. I don't know if you've seen this commercial with this guy. It's some type of cleaner where he's cleaning his way and dancing as he's cleaning the bathroom. And it's like, when we have a task or a chore that we have issues with, or we don't want to do, or we have resistance to, or we flat out don't want to do it, if we can reframe it, or we can give ourselves a reward for getting it done, or turning it into a competition. My sister and I will call one another up and, set ourselves a race, or, a competition of some sort, just to find a way of making what we're doing fun. Collaborate. There's nothing like having a partner or a buddy to help you with one of these tasks. It always goes faster, not always, but most of the times goes faster with, mini hands making light work. Breaking it down into smaller pieces so that, you do a little piece at a time and a little piece at a time, and take a break in between. And whether that's take a break with a little piece of chocolate, or taking a break with a little dance, or taking a break with watching a fun video, anything to bring the frequency back up. Our culture teaches us to suck it up, get on with it, just push through and get her done. And when we stop to realize, back to that principle number 3 of unity, the frequency that we're putting out when we're doing something is creating, and how we're being in this now moment is creating our next moment. When we push through, when we force it, when we are miserable and do it anyway, it's no wonder that we don't get a great amount of satisfaction in the completion of it, or the satisfaction lasts a very brief time, because the frequency that we've been putting out the whole time we've been doing it has been some form of miserable. And that miserable is what is creating our next now moments, and what will be reflected back to us in the future. So when we're in that space of recognizing, you know what, things aren't going well now, step away from the computer or step away from the project. Taking that time out to raise our frequency so that what we're bringing to the task is at a frequency of what we want to be reflected back to us. It makes the task go so much better, but it also sets us up for better, more fun, more joy, more abundance, more well-being in the future. Stepping away, that's right. And sometimes it's just a matter of, when we've been at something for a long time, it's a matter of needing sleep or needing food or needing water or something. And so tapping into our body and recognizing, what that is, again, to get our frequency up. Fun for the sake of fun, just pure joy for the sake of pure joy. High frequency like that is expressing God through us. That is our spirituality and expression. And learning to identify it as such and live it as such, so that, again, the way our culture treats it is play is what you get to do after you're done your work. When you've done your work, then you can play. When we reframe it so that we recognize that, play is the expression of God through us, and play is what we need to bring to our work, all of a sudden our whole paradigm shifts to living God in every moment with joy and love and creativity and connecting to our divinity, self-mastery, discovering who and what we really are, our beingness in our doingness. It raises the frequency, and the opportunity to give self-care our priority. Schedule it in our day timer and make it in ink so that it's not the first thing to get bumped. If something more important comes up, the self-care tends to get bumped or ditched or whatever. And it's like remembering that self-care, again, creates the energy, that tuning into the frequency that we're going to be living from, and recognizing the value and importance of that. The body heals with play, the mind heals with laughter, and the spirit heals with joy. So all of those things come together in that fun, and leave those doors open to help create our success and our achievement. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. A quote from George Bernard Shaw. And there's something I need to tell you. And that's not me, Sheila, the speaker, needing to tell you. That's something your pen is wanting to tell you. And who is your pen? That is your subconscious. That is your high self. That is your spirit. That is your soul. Pens love to play. They love to play. And so do pencils and pencil crayons and paints. They all love to play. And that's that expression of your soul, that expression of your spirit, that expression of your subconscious. And so the opportunity to find yourself in the zone, or put yourself in the zone, and you go, I'm going to put myself in the zone. It's like, well, that's that forced play again. No, you can put yourself in the opportunity where there's an environment, or you set the stage for play. You set the stage for being in the zone. And Zentangling or coloring, those beautiful frame of paper that you work within, to give you the boundaries in which you're free to play with pen and paper. And make it a safe space to play. Leave the judgment off the page. Make it so that it's not allowed on the paper. Your yoga mat can create that same kind of frame, so that judgment just isn't allowed in that space. Or maybe it's on your bike, or maybe it's wherever it is you play. Just invite judgment that's not allowed there. Maybe it's shooting hoops, maybe it's dancing in the rain, maybe it's on your bike, whatever. Play your way. We used to be told as kids, I don't know, maybe you were spared this, don't play with your food. And it's like, well, playing with your food blesses your body. Play with it, have fun with it, let it bring you joy. There's all kinds of ways that we can play, and every one of them is so life affirming. So I just invite you to play today and play your way, whatever that looks like. A lack of play should be treated like the malnutrition. It's a health risk to your body and your mind to not get enough play. Especially in times of transition, like with the whole COVID thing that's going on, and there's all kinds of fear and anxiety and tension and everything, expression everywhere. Play is that way of getting us through. Angels fly because they take themselves lightly. And lighten up, make play a part of your day. It is the way to fly. And by lighten up, that's not just lightening up as in not taking ourselves so seriously. It's also lighting up as in brightening up with a smile. It's also lightening up as in setting down the heavy stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff, and P.S. it's all small stuff. And I get it that looking around at some of the things happening in our world, there's some stuff that doesn't look so small. And just remembering that in the bigger picture, all really is well. Play is part of that positive path for spiritual living, and it's also part of the spiritual path for positive living. So at this point, I'd like us to take some time in meditation, connecting to that deeper part of us, that playful part of us, that part of us that knows fun and doesn't take life so seriously. I invite you just to rest into your chair, settle if you've been moving around, taking a deep breath, breathing into your heart, acknowledging that one power and one presence by whatever name you know it. As you just observe your interior self in this now moment, how you're feeling. Exhaling any tension or anxiety. Breathing in and drawing in the essence of lightheartedness. Again, exhaling anything that doesn't match that frequency. Their worries that feel they need attention, acknowledge them and let them know that you'll pick them up again later, but for right now, you're just taking a little break. Give them a chance to take a little break. Just breathe into that one power and one presence. Hand those worries over to that part of you. As you're breathing in delight, breathing in fun. Allow to come to heart and mind a time when you were caught up in delight, caught up in fun, flow, and bliss. Maybe it was a time when you were a kid. Maybe it was this morning. Whatever that was, bring it to mind. Allow the feeling to flow into you. Gently intensify the feeling of the memory. When that feeling is really strong, gently allow that memory to fade while keeping the feeling. Feeling of fun, feeling of lightness, feeling of delight, feeling of bliss, feeling of ecstasy, feeling of happy. Allow that feeling to fill you and radiate out from you, allowing it just to flow outward, lightening and brightening the environment around you. Breathing in more of it. Maybe you're drawing it from the depths of your heart. Maybe you're drawing it from the ethers around you. Just breathing it in and allowing it to radiate out. And as you're allowing that radiating out of fun, joy, appreciation, abundance, well-being, bliss, excitement, delight, imagine meeting energies coming your way that match that frequency. Other energies that are out there to play too. Life was meant to be fun. Allow yourself to take some time now in the silence, inviting spirit to show you what it is to play in spirit. Celebrating this opportunity to soar with spirit and lightheartedness. Know that spirit is always here, wherever here is now. Knowing that we can connect with it, play with it, giving appreciation for that opportunity and for this awareness. Giving thanks for this celebration. In loving gratitude, amen. I invite you just to wiggle your toes, maybe wiggle your nose, maybe you wiggle your ears, maybe wiggle in a funny way, and bring yourself back to wherever it is you are. We come together again in celebration and music. Thank you, Spencer, so much for bringing the playfulness of music, because it is so wonderful.
Thank you, Sheila. All right. They'll try to hold you back. They'll say say you were wrong, but they will never understand that the journey you're on, they'll try to change your mind, they'll try to change your heart. They will never understand who you are, and you'll still believe. You know you must go. Wherever the dream takes you, where your dream takes your heart, where your heart longs to be, your dream will lead you on. You finally find that place, you'll find all you need. Where the dream takes you, there's something in your soul that will not be denied. It's a faith, a dream that keeps the dream alive. So you'll believe, and you must go. Where the dream takes you, where the dream takes your heart, where your heart longs to be, the dream will lead you on. You finally find that place, you'll find all you need. Where the dream takes you, go where your heart is meant to be. Maybe someday there, so you'll share your dream. The dream takes your heart, dream will lead you on. Finally take that place, you'll find all you need. Where the dream leads you, your dream will lead you home. When your eyes can see, the dream will lead you on. The world that waits for you can neither hold. You find your way home, where the dream takes you. They'll try to change your mind, where the dream takes you. Thank you.
Wow, Thank you, Spencer. That was a beautiful, beautiful song, and it was beautifully performed. We're grateful for you and our community. And Sheila, my goodness, I could spend the afternoon talking with you about all of the things you mentioned in terms of play and attitude. And something that really resonated with me was when you said to make play work, you can't make it work, and that you chore no more. And one of the experiences I had was directing a children's comedy show. And we had a very busy production schedule, and the fine line I was always walking was getting it done efficiently and all the while maintaining an attitude, an atmosphere on set of relaxation and fun and no pressure, no worries, because all of those things would translate onto the screen when it came time for the child to take their skit. So yes, no chore no more. Make your work light. The other thing that's important that you mentioned for me is principle number 3, the law of mind action. That it's the vibration we put out that reflects back to us. And I see that like planting a seed. If you want to grow corn, you plant a seed of corn, and corn will grow. But first you have to plant the seed. If you want more joy in your life, it's important that you plant the seed of joy, and then joy will grow in your life. And in abundance and financial prosperity as well. You have to plant the seed in order for that to grow. And then once you've taken that small action, you've planted that seed, the universe steps in. Mother Nature will give you the sun and the minerals in the soil and the rain to assist you in reaching your goal of having what it is you want. First, you plant the seed. So we'll do that now with our affirmation, because that's one step we can take. And in the giving, we plant the seed. And so in the receiving, we are allowed to maintain our expenses, pay our bills, and continue to function as a spiritual community offering our services to you. And in the planting of the seed, we also enrich our own lives. So let's affirm together: divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I have, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Spencer, you're gonna put some joy vibrations out into the universe and ramp up our prosperity.
Carry on, let the song remind you, in the end, starlight will surround you. Some rain must fall. Makes no difference who you are. Let me tell you something I believe. Everybody has a star. Even on a dark and stormy night, you can look up in the sky and believe that everything's alright. When your lucky star is high, carry on, let the sun remind you, although troubles may come, in the end, starlight will surround you. You'll be my lucky one. I dare not say I know what life's all about. That's the wisdom of a fool. But I won't hesitate to say what I found out. Maybe you'll believe it too. So what's the harm in believing that good things will come your way? Upon your lucky day, carry on, let the sun remind you, troubles may come, in the end, starlight will surround you. You'll be among lucky ones. Carry on, let the sun remind you, although troubles may come, in the end, starlight will surround you. You'll be among lucky ones. You must believe you are a lucky one, lucky one, lucky one. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I wish there was applause. We need a sound machine for applause. That was really fun. Thank you, Spencer. You must believe you are a lucky one. Are you believing you're a lucky one after all of this positive energy we've generated here this morning? Lucky for sure. Blessed, absolutely. And let's take this moment now to affirm the affirmation on the screen, because we have so many blessings to count, USCO being one of them. Together, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Divine ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us, and we accomplish mighty works together. Now, our bird this morning is the black-throated green warbler. And this little guy comes from South America and Mexico. Every year comes all the way up here and has babies, and you'll hear their song. So if song is a form of play, then these little guys are playful because and hardworking. And that's our special presentation of ornithology at USCO this week. Thank you, Sheila Purcell. Our blessings continue. And if you would like your loved one, be it human or furry, to be the ambassador or the poster person, pet for our blessing, then please email a photo to Sheila. But today we're just going to feel the sun on our sunny faces, just like the sunflowers do, as we affirm together, you are the peace, the love, and the light of this world. Let your light shine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, hey, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna take this light around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Take this light around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Take this light around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Every day, I'm gonna let my little light shine.
Thank you, Spencer. We have so much to be grateful for and so many reasons to say thank you this morning. What a wonderful, uplifting, energy raising, vibration raising experience. And thank you, Sheila Maillet, for that. This is one of the occasions I'm so happy the service is recorded and available to view again later, because I'll be back into it. You brought up so much good content, and it's so important that we live our lives at that energy of happiness and joy and kindness and love, and take your tips. So thank you so much for joining us. And again, we do have fellowship after service. We get the opportunity in smaller groups of 4 or 5 usually to discuss whatever we want to discuss, but often we drill down into the content of our service, and you're welcome to stay and participate with us. Thank you also to Spencer for your beautiful music this morning. Again, you raised our vibration in a really positive way. And I speak for us all when I say how much we appreciate it, and we appreciate you for providing it. Thank you.
Really enjoy coming and playing the music. And in fact, after this, I'm gonna sign off right after the service is done, so I can get to Bowman's Bar and Grill, because I'm playing some outdoor shows now.
Aren't you happy about that? Oh, yay! Musicians of the world dance. Good. I'm so happy that you're out again and people get to receive what you're giving, because it's worth receiving. You have a gift, and I'm glad you're sharing it. Thank you as well for Sonia reading the daily word. You bring a ray of sunshine every time we see you. You are a playful person, and we were happy to share your energy this morning. Our prayer partner, Deborah Martin, thank you. And thank you for being available to pray with us. Our technical coordinator, office administrator, and bird lover, Sheila Purcell, thank you for everything you do through the weekend on Sunday morning. To Diana Romero, thank you for all the busy work that you do behind the scenes that we don't know you do. You're really important for our Zoom Sunday mornings, and we're grateful. Linda McCabe and the board. Linda, even in her absence, works very hard on these services, and I offer my appreciation as a fellow service facilitator, especially to Linda, and also every member of the board for the hard work and the time and the dedication you're giving to this community all through the week. Thank you. And for being here, each of you that's on Zoom this morning, creating this community, it wouldn't happen if you weren't here. We would all just be, I don't know what we'd be doing on Sunday morning, but we wouldn't be having this experience, which, only speaking personally, is so enriching to me. I'm grateful for each and every one of you for being here and making Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa. Thank you. Next week, we're having our end of month Serenity service, and it will be on the power of zeal, which has been our power this month. Again, our affirmation on zeal this morning was, I enthusiastically accept my goal and go forward to achieve my purpose. I enthusiastically accept my goal and go forward to achieve my purpose. And I hope this morning your goal and your purpose is to build more play into your being and radiate an energy of play. Zeal is our God-given ability to be enthusiastic about life and living. And doesn't that fit perfectly into our theme? And it's in Theos, in God. When you're enthusiastic, God is moving through you. So I'm looking forward, and hope you are too, to our service next week on the power of zeal. As I mentioned, Deborah Martin is our prayer partner on duty this week, and she's available all week long to pray with you if and when you need affirmative prayer. Send an email to the office, and we'll get you hooked up with Deb. Other options for prayer are many through the Unity movement. One is unity.org online, and especially Silent Unity, they're available all the time. There's never a moment where you cannot pray by calling 1-800-NOW-PRAY. So we're here for you. If you need that, it's here for you. Just reach out and plant your seed. So that's it for this morning. What an uplifting morning it's been. Enjoy the afternoon. Stay cool. Stay for fellowship, please, if you're so inclined. I invite you now to virtually reach out and receive our prayer of protection. Following that, we'll do our closing song, where I invite you to just in your heart and in your heart's mind, touch with your fellow human beings in oneness, and express your love to all. So until we meet again, have a beautiful week. Namaste.
The light of God surrounds us. I am the light. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love. The power of God protects us. I am the power. The presence of God washes over us. I am the presence. presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Let there be love on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be love on earth, the love that was meant to be. God ever present, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let there be love on earth, let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment to love eternally. Let there be love on earth, and let it begin with me. Thank you, everybody. Take care.